This is ABC 7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Haley has the evening off. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news tonight, we're continuing to follow some breaking news out of Manatee County. Sheriff's deputies are investigating a double homicide-suicide, including a preteen boy. Deputies say all three victims were found inside a home on 38th Avenue West in Bradenton. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us now live from the scene with the latest. Rick.
Yeah, Scott, it all happened at the house that you see right behind me over here. And what the sheriff's office is calling this is a double murder suicide. And we're being told a man, a woman, and a preteen are all dead. Their identities have yet to be released. We don't know anything about their ages as well. Deputies did get the call around 2 o'clock this afternoon, and investigators are still trying to figure out exactly how all this transpired here. And as soon as we receive more information on this, we'll certainly pass it along to you. In the meantime, reporting live from Bradenton this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you so much. Many law enforcement agencies across the state require their officers to wear body vests at all times, but here on the Suncoast, a few local agencies do not have mandatory wear policies. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo looked into the best procedures to protect their officers. Dwayne?
Well, Scott, there are actually a rising number of agencies that are making it mandatory for their officers to wear body armor. But as you mentioned, many have opted out the mandatory policy, and for good reason.
With heightened violence against law enforcement of late, many agencies are looking to protect their officers.
And it makes sense that a lot of agencies would be reviewing their policies and discussing whether or not they want to move forward with a requirement to wear body armor.
Kevin Angel consults with law enforcement agencies around the country regarding safety. He cites Florida weather as a reason why some agencies are not making body armor mandatory.
As our temperature cracks 100 degrees, they're tough to wear, especially outside the vehicle doing anything like directing traffic in the middle of the daytime.
Some of the physiological effects of wearing body armor, the heat, they weigh a lot.
And in the day-to-day operations of a Sarasota County Sheriff's deputy, they are not mandated to wear body armor. According to Captain John Walsh, the agency does provide vests to their officers, but they can wear it voluntarily.
I would like to think that most of our law enforcement personnel out on the street today are wearing it. It's become more of a cultural thing now. I don't leave my house without it.
And although this ballistic vest is not mandatory, it's required for each deputy to have one in their vehicle.
In their car, readily accessible, or if there's an event like a SWAT call out or a search warrant, you then must wear.
The Punta Gorda Police has a policy similar to the Sarasota Sheriff's. According to Lieutenant Katie Heck, they recently readdressed the issue and opted to keep it the same. Officers are encouraged to wear the armor at all times and must wear the suit in high-risk situations. And according to Walsh, the suits have a benefit outside of saving a life during a shooting.
If you get into some kind of an altercation during an arrest and you hit the ground, there are cases of vests saving cops' lives in car accidents.
Now, both the Sarasota Sheriff's and the Punta Gorda Police have no plans on making these suits mandatory anytime soon. Scott, back to you.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. Sarasota Police also conducting a death investigation involving a mother and an adult son. Around 11:30 this morning, Sarasota County firefighters were called to a house on Margaret Street. That's off Lime Avenue near 12th Street. When they got there, they asked Sarasota Police to help them. Police say a family member found two people unconscious and called 911. The mother and the son are now both dead. Police say one of the victims was taken to the hospital but died there. The other was pronounced dead at the home. Sarasota County hazmat team was called to the home, and police say exposure to drain opener chemicals caused the two people to die. Police are not releasing the names of the victims until family is notified. A major stretch of I-75 will be closed throughout the night because of a major crash involving two semi-trucks and multiple vehicles. The northbound entrance ramp at State Road 70 is closed, and the interstate from 70 to State Road 64 blocked off. Earlier today, a pickup truck heading south on the interstate cut off a semi-truck. That semi went through the median and spilled around 40 gallons of diesel fuel onto the roadway. A hazmat crew is cleaning up that spill. Fortunately, no one was hurt in the crash. Troopers are still investigating, and no charges have been filed yet. They say the northbound lanes will likely be closed until at least midnight tonight between State Road 70 and State Road 64. New Zika cases are popping up in Florida. Governor Rick Scott says there are 10 new infections of the virus, bringing the total number now in the state to 14. All of the cases were likely transmitted by mosquitoes. These new cases are clustered in the same square-mile neighborhood in Miami-Dade County that was identified last week. Health officials believe the active transmissions are occurring only in that area right now, and they do not expect widespread outbreaks as seen in Brazil and Latin America. The CDC issued an advisory for pregnant women, warning them not to travel to the so-called Zika transmission area. During a meeting with health officials today, Governor Scott says 2,300 people have been tested for Zika in Florida, 200 people in that affected area in Miami. And as the Zika virus spreads in Florida, local businesses are now worrying it could pose a threat not just to health, but to our local economy as well. Tourism is the state's largest industry, raking in $90 billion a year. But local businesses worry they could see a decline in that number if travelers are deterred from visiting the Sunshine State. Today, the UK issued a travel advisory urging pregnant women to avoid travel to Florida. The UK is among the top countries for international visits to Florida.
It can definitely have a negative impact. How big an impact it's going to be, I think probably depends on how severe the Zika infestation becomes.
So far, Visit Sarasota County says it has not seen any impact on the tourism industry from the Zika virus, but says it will continue to monitor the situation. Florida Power and Light hopes a new sustainability project will bring more clean energy into the city of Venice's power grid. The project will add 180 solar panels to a parking lot at the Venice Community Center. It will be built on top of a new carport added to provide shade for some cars. The electricity generated will enter the city of Venice's power grid and will be enough to power 10 homes for a year. In total, project supervisors say up to 60,000 pounds of coal could be saved each year with this added power source.
This is an opportunity for them to showcase how you can take solar panels and use them for a secondary benefit of shaded parking.
No public dollars have been spent on this project. FPL signed a 30-year lease with the city of Venice. And plenty of sunshine on the Suncoast today to power those cells. Here's Bob with more on the forecast tonight. Bob?
Seems like a win-win situation right there, Scott. We're not winning as far as the heat index goes. It feels like 101 degrees right now at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. 92 the actual air temperature. The dew point is at 73, which is fairly typical. A west wind, that sea breeze, has developed. There are some showers around, cooling things down near Northport and Punta Gorda and also into Port Charlotte. But the activity not nearly as widespread as it was yesterday, as that system kind of shifted off into the Gulf. And a little bit drier air has moved in just temporarily, though. You can see the heavier rainfall now near Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda, and near Rotunda, spreading off toward Northport here in just a little bit. In fact, should be there within the next 15 minutes or so with some lightning strikes accompanying that, and not much else to the north of that. We are continuing to monitor this area of disturbed weather. It appears that it's going to stay on a westerly course. It is a tropical disturbance, could soon become a tropical depression or even tropical storm Earl. But as I mentioned, it should stay to our south. We'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. You could soon see more chickens in your neighborhood in Sarasota County. The county is now considering a proposal that would allow backyard chicken keeping in all residential single-family zoning districts unless prohibited otherwise. The code would affect the number of chickens and coops allowed per property. County is hosting 2 public workshops this week to get input. The first one is tomorrow at the Sarasota County Administration Center at 6 p.m. The second will happen Wednesday at the R.L. Anderson Administration Center in Venice. The meetings will happen before commissioners approve or reject this proposal. Coming up next on your Suncoast News, convicted felons have to wait years to exercise their voting rights in Florida. How advocates are hoping to curb that law so they can have their voices heard sooner rather than later. Plus, where you can see world-class dancers glide across the floor right here on the Suncoast. Stay with us.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And andservices.com. andservices.com.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.
Annual wellness visits are important for healthy living. When you schedule your yearly exam, MCR Health Services is here for you.
With over 25 healthcare centers featuring multiple services and 8 pharmacies, we are here for you. Call or click today.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Advocates across Florida are working to restore the voting rights of felons. Dozens of supporters were at the Florida Capitol today calling for lawmakers to automatically restore the voting rights of people who have been convicted of felonies and have served their sentences. Florida is one of only a handful of states where this does not happen. The current clemency rule states that those convicted must wait at least 5 years after leaving prison before their voting rights can be restored. And even then, restoration is not guaranteed. Some advocates feel the current law is a form of minority voter suppression.
In many cases, people have been out 20 years, working jobs, not getting in additional trouble, but yet they still cannot vote. Unacceptable.
I have not been in trouble. I've been close to 30 years ago. So I am a very product of if you restore voting rights, if you give people their rights back, hey, they will stay out of trouble.
In Florida, the deadline to register to vote for the primary election has come and gone. It was expiring today at 5 o'clock. The primary election, by the way, is set for August 30th. And we'll be right back with your forecast. Stay with us.
Music on Main at Lakewood Ranch. If you haven't been, come on out and see what you've been missing. The first Friday of every month, you can enjoy a free concert, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Catch up with friends, enjoy free activities for the kids, or make it date night. Whatever your pleasure, there's something for everyone at Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by these sponsors at ABC7.
Hi, I'm Ray Collins. A look back at the conventions. We brought you coverage from Cleveland and Philadelphia, so now it's time to discuss the takeaways.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
We are delighted to have Dr. Kaminsky join our team at the Totola Cancer Center.
I'm a radiation oncologist. I was at the National Institutes of Health, most recently at the Medical College of Georgia, specialized in central nervous system cancers, prostate cancers, and other types. At the Totola Cancer Center, we have a level of technology that is second to none.
He has a great wealth of knowledge and shares the same passion that we have for patient care.
My family and I are happy to be here in Sarasota and excited to treat our patients here at the Totola Cancer Center.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Well, a little drier than we had yesterday. That's for sure today.
Absolutely. And a severe storm on Saturday as well. We talked about it on Friday. It'd be a little bit more intense over the weekend. That was simply because of this upper level feature, which has a little colder air in the upper levels, and it taps into it, creates some stronger winds. And we saw that yesterday. Not as many going on today, and that's a result of some drier air that has slipped in. There's one lone shower that we see from our tower cam right now. That's right over Siesta Key. You'll see that in the radar picture in just a little bit. It's outflow from an earlier storm that was around Palmer Ranch and near Osprey just about a half hour ago. So there'll be other storms firing up here and there. And if we get a look at some of the photos sent in from yesterday, boy, there were some big ones of some big storms yesterday moving in. This is from the Venice Jetty. Linda Ferguson getting the shelf cloud out ahead of a big storm that produced some winds up to 40 miles an hour. Nothing severe yesterday. And there were a couple of funnel clouds. Those are called cold funnel clouds. They never touched ground. And that was a result of basically the strong storm is moving into that very warm air. And this was a tree down in Gary Gazzardo's home. A little bit of a tree knocked down there as a result of those 40-mile-an-hour winds that did blow up. Now we have some storms around again today, not nearly as much coverage, and the atmosphere a little drier than it was yesterday, so that is a better sign. There have been some lightning strikes and nothing severe at this point, and they are pushing off to the northwest at 10 miles an hour, heading into Northport near Toledo Blade and I-75 right now. Port Charlotte seeing some heavy downpours even near Inglewood, and as I mentioned, all of it kind of drifting off to the northwest at 10 miles an hour. This in turn will create other showers to the north throughout the evening, so we can keep about a 30% chance for a passing shower in the mix. There's the one on Siesta Key we just showed you with tower cam heading off to the west-northwest. Rotunda getting some rainfall or close to it, and places to the west. A little bit drier air, as I mentioned, in between two systems. This was the one yesterday that brought us the stronger cells, and then more moisture will come back into play for the rest of this week. So expect a good deal of those afternoon and evening storms to come back into the picture again tomorrow, and one or two of those could become severe at times. The heat index 101 and the actual temperature at 92. We're starting August off very hot. It was the warmest July on record last July, and 96 degrees right now. That was a high today. 101 was the record set back in 1972. No rainfall yet at the airport, but as I mentioned, there's a chance for a few passing showers tonight. It's rained in Jacksonville, 75 there, but look at all these hot temperatures into the mid-90s to even upper 90s today. In inland areas, they're down into the low 90s now. Near the coast, upper 80s where it's rained into the low to mid 80s. You can see that moisture coming back into play now, and that will be with us on Tuesday through the weekend for the most part. It looks as though we will see a little less of a chance of rain early next week, but for the time being, get set for those showers and storms, even a few coastal showers in the late morning, the one or two, and then inland storms developing around 3-4, pushing back toward the coast in the afternoon and evening hours as well, both on Wednesday and on Thursday. Look for more of the same. Well, in the tropics, reconnaissance aircraft was on its way to investigate this area, but it came up short because of maintenance problems. And now it looks like this system will have a chance to develop, but even if it does develop, it will stay to our south. The one to the east of that, well out in the Atlantic, showing no signs of development right now, maybe down the road in a week or so. As it enters into the Caribbean, there's a chance it too could fire up. Temperatures all very ripe for development through the Caribbean as well as into the Gulf of Mexico. Temperatures very hot over the southern plain states, starting to cool down a bit over the northeast, where it's been a scorcher as of late. For boaters, it looks pretty good. Seas running 2 feet or less, a light chop out there. Water temperature at 91, which is fairly average for this time of year. And tides upcoming, low tide at 7:54 and another low tide at 6:28 tomorrow. So tonight, scattered showers, a few thunderstorms. Don't think we'll see anything like we saw yesterday. Low temperatures warm. And tomorrow, showers and storms mainly in the afternoon and evening. Still a little bit above average for a high 92 degrees and above average rain chances for the rest of this week and into the weekend. We taper off a little bit by Sunday and Monday. Scott?
Okay, Bob, thank you so much. Excuse me, it's an evening of world-class dancing, and it's taking place right now in Sarasota this week. The Triple Crown Dance Sports Series is hosting its Dance Sports Championships at the Ritz-Carlton in Sarasota. Among the dance events are Western, Latin, and jazz competitions. Also new this year will be a Pro Open Show dance and Rising Star competition. The competition celebrates the 44th anniversary of Triple Crown Dance Sport. The event starts tomorrow and it lasts throughout the week until Sunday. For more information about it, you can go to floridastatedance.com.
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up, we'll take you back in time to Fogartyville and introduce you to the powerful characters that built this community.
This week, crunch time in the race for the White House. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump crisscross the country to make their case. Plus, the Zika virus, now in America, what you need to know. This week on ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, a Suncoast designer brings us grab-and-go clothes perfect for travel, plus sea salt, Venice Cabaret, and Michael's Unease.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Welcome back, two of my favorite guests, Cash 3 and Play 4.
Surprise! We're Pick 3 and Pick 4 now.
Whoa!
But we still play exactly the same. We just got a fresh new look.
Speaking of surprises, I have one for you. Say hello to Pick 2 and Pick 5!
Introducing the complete Pick family of games.
We're family now.
The new Pick 2 and Pick 5 have joined Pick 3 and Pick 4 to give you more choices in your daily gameplay. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Ever wonder who walked this land we call the Suncoast before we did? And who started the ball rolling to create the wonderful community we live in today? ABC 7's Linda Carson introduces some of those people in a place we call home. Linda?
The Fogarty brothers helped create Bradenton as we know it today. They arrived in a wilderness and created a thriving community. Fogartyville has long been absorbed into West Bradenton, but it still bears the imprint of those first settlers.
In 1865, as brothers John and Bartholomew Fogarty, successful shipbuilders from Key West, sailed down the Gulf, they ran into a storm.
And they ran out of food.
and they needed food. So they came up the Manatee River, and John, this was on John boat called the Grover King, and John looked around, and being a boat builder, he saw all the live oak, the cypress and cedars that are still around here now, and thought it'd be a good place to settle and start building boats.
The next year, 3 Fogarty brothers came back and claimed the land under the Armed Occupation Act of 1842.
Which states if you clear and maintain 5 acres for 5 years, you get 165 acres. The 3 acreages combined was the basis of Fogartyville.
The oldest brother, John, started a boat building business.
He owned the store, he owned the shipyard, he owned the property, and he built homes and rented them out or sold them.
Business was booming for the Fogartys.
They were building boats and shipping all around the Caribbean, up to the Atlantic coast, up into New England, all up into there, carrying produce, carrying goods, machinery, whatever they could.
This was the first church in Fogartyville.
This is called the St. Luke's Chapel. It was built in 1885. This corner, the original 20 foot of this corner is it. This is the original dentile work and the columns and everything.
Fogartyville's second church, the Sacred Heart Catholic Church, also still stands. Both churches are now private homes. Bradentown, a small hamlet nearby, began to outgrow Fogartyville.
At that time, Fogartyville was dying out because they were shipbuilders, and with the railroad coming in and traffic easing up off the water, boats weren't so much in demand, and therefore they were kind of out of work.
Fogartyville is gone now, but Lewis Park is a reminder of its glory days.
Which was actually Toll Fogarty's homestead that his daughters neglected to pay taxes on, and so the city of Bradenton took it over during the Depression for back taxes.
Bob Pitt, also a shipbuilder, has lived in Fogartyville for 38 years. He says it is a great place to call home.
I love it. It's close to the water. We're at 14-foot elevation, so we're not really too concerned about a flood right here.
It is a beautiful, beautiful place.
The rich history of Manatee County.
Oh,
something
yes.
new every time.
I
Yeah,
like the name, too, Fogartyville.
I know.
It's neat.
Good one. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Our next news at 7. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.